going on, you guys? It's your boy the FWOTI to the Biggie here once again with another video. TLC was last night on the WWE Network from Dallas, Texas at the American Airlines Arena. So let's get on with this, people. This is just my reactions and results of video. So up first on the night was the Wyatt family challenging Rhino and Heath Slater for the tag team titles. Now this one I did predict on my predictions video would get added to the show. That was the case. The Wyatts did beat the American Alphas last week on Smackdown Live. They took on Rhino and Heath Slater for the tag team titles. And to be fair, this was not a bad match to start off the show. I quite enjoyed it. Randy Orton got the RKO out of nowhere for the Wyatts to pick up the win. There was a little bit of animosity between Luke Harper and also Randy Orton again, as there has been for the last couple of weeks. It looks like that's the angle I could see this going with. I can't see Randy turning on Bray at any time, but I could definitely see something happen with Randy and Luke Harper coming out of this thing with the Wyatt family. So yeah, Heath Slater and Rhino's time is up. There is no more double wide for Heath Slater and his 8 kids and misses, and the tag team titles are now in the possession of the Wyatt family, people. Let's just move on. Up next, we had Nikki Bella versus Carmella in the no disqualifications match. Again, I really enjoyed this one. It wasn't one I was particularly really looking forward to. When I done my predictions video, I did predict that Nikki Bella would get the win. That is exactly what happened. There's a bit of bad blood going in this. You know, they built this rivalry up now for 3 months solid. This was the blowout match. This one, to be fair, I enjoyed a lot more than I expected. There was a couple of big high moves. Nikki was up on the barricade on the outside, and she done like a twisting soccer kick into Carmella's face. And then it was ended by Nikki Bella using the fire extinguisher on Carmella and getting the 1-2-3 after hitting her with the new TKO rack attack, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too sure what she calls her new move, but it's like she gets them up in the rack attack and turns it into a TKO. They also used the kendo stick in this match, which is pretty good as well. You don't often see women use kendo sticks, and I really enjoyed this match for how long it lasts. And as I predicted, Nikki Bella got the win. So let's just move on, people. Next up, you had the ladder match between the Jizz and Dolph Ziggler. It was Dolph Ziggler's final chance at the Intercontinental title. The title was on the line in a ladder match, and the Jizz won. The Jizz won again. I mean, I just can't believe it. The Jizz is still your reigning Intercontinental Champion. This match was, again, a solid match. This is probably the second best match that these two have had in their whole series that they've had. I would say I pretty much would favour more towards the one where Dolph's career was on the line over this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, this ladder match was a really awesome ladder match, but if I had to pick one out between when Dolph's career was on the line and he had to win the title, or this one, which was his last opportunity, I would say that one when Dolph's career was on the title was the better match out of the two. But again, I really enjoyed this one. The Miz hit Dolph Ziggler with 2 low blows. He was holding on to 2 ladders. He had his legs spread wide apart on one on each ladder, and the Miz hit him with 2 low blows to the gonads with 2 big kicks that put Dolph down and out, and the Miz climbed the ladder, took your Intercontinental title, and is still your reigning Intercontinental Champion, people. So let's just move on. Up next, we had Kalisto versus Baron Corbin in a chairs match. Now, this one, straight off the bat, I will tell you, I was not invested in. This is the one I was least looking forward to at the pay-per-view. I didn't really care about this one. I predicted Baron Corbin would get the win. That is exactly what did happen. But Kalisto gave a really good account of himself, and the match, to be honest, was really, really enjoyable. It was backwards and forth a little bit more than I thought it would be. I thought Baron Corbin would just do a number on Kalisto, but Kalisto had his moments. He actually, at times, you thought he was going to pull it off. He put Baron Corbin through 8 chairs that Baron Corbin lined up side by side, and he put him through the middle of them, and I thought that Kalisto was going to pull out a cheeky win there, but he didn't. Baron Corbin kicked out. Towards the end of the match, Baron Corbin just absolutely lost his rag, put all the chairs into the middle of the ring, and hit a big end of days on Kalisto for the 1-2-3. And Baron Corbin is still on a roll, and Kalisto walked away with the L in the last pay-per-view of Smackdown of the year. So let's just move on, people. Next up, you had Becky Lynch defend her women's title against Alexa Bliss in a tables match. Now, I predicted that Becky Lynch would get the win, but I did say don't be surprised if Alexa Bliss won the title here. And I'm happy to tell you guys that Becky Lynch didn't hold on to the title. Alexa Bliss is your new SmackDown Women's Champion, and this match again was a really, really decent match. Could I see Becky getting the title match in a title back in a rematch? I don't think so. I think Alexa will keep it for a little while now. They've been building Alexa pretty strong of late. She's been looking more dominant in the ring as well. Her wrestling's got a lot better. She has got a lot going on for her right now. So Alexa Bliss is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. Again, this happened with Alexa powerbombing Becky Lynch for a table on the outside from the ring apron. Again, this is a solid matchup. If you saw the one in Glasgow on SmackDown Live, I'd say this one was better. A lot better, to be fair. And yeah, they both pulled out a really, really good performance in this one. And Alexa Bliss is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. So let's move on, people. Last but not least was the WWE World Heavyweight title match between the phenomenal AJ Styles and the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. Now again, this feud has been going on for a while. This feud's been going back all the way to September. And again, it was a great way to blow off the feud and to finish the feud. But one bad thing about this match, as awesome as this match was, and it was freaking awesome, people. Let's not even put that as a thing. It was awesome. It got a "This is awesome" chant when Dean Ambrose put AJ Styles on a table. He put a ladder on top of the table next to it. Ambrose dropped an elbow onto AJ Styles where he's on the table. It got a "This is awesome" chant, and now I don't really like "This is awesome" chants because I feel like they're really overused in wrestling, but this match, and at that point, really deserved a "This is awesome" chant. And the match was off the chain. They put each other through hell. But the one gripe I have about this match was the booking for the ending. Towards the end, Dean Ambrose was out. AJ Styles was going to go up on the ladder. James Ellsworth came out. AJ Styles was in rage. He jumped out the ring, hit James Ellsworth. He was going to give him another Styles clash off the steps. But just as he went to do that, Dean Ambrose hit him with a clothesline. Dean Ambrose then hooked him into the Dirty Deed, and Dirty Deed him on the steel steps. Then he rushed into the ring to get the title. AJ got back in, went up with him, tried to fend him off, but he got kicked off, and it looked like Dean Ambrose was set to win the title. Now, this is where the weird booking comes in for me. James Ellsworth then jumps in the ring, rocks the ladder, tips Dean Ambrose out of the ring through 2 tables, sets the ladder back up again. AJ Styles comes back in. James Ellsworth still on the outside cheering AJ Styles on for the win. Now, me personally, I wanted AJ to get the win, and AJ did get the win. He did get up to the ladder and get the title, but the booking on this one really confused the hell out of me because AJ Styles has been whooping James Ellsworth's ass back and forth for the last couple of months. He's made James Ellsworth's life hell, so I didn't really understand this turn. But obviously, in Talking Smack, I haven't seen it yet, but James Ellsworth is on there. I'm sure he's going to say that, look, I've beaten AJ 3 times. I fancy beating AJ more than Dean Ambrose. I'm sure that's the way it's going to go. But I really don't understand why he did what he did to Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose has really taken him under his wing. So I really don't know. That is the only gripe that I have about this pay-per-view was the booking for the finish in the title match between AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose. It just was such an awesome match. It just deserved a clean finish. I know WWE don't like giving you that, but that's what the match deserved. It was an awesome match. It deserved a clean finish. It just didn't get it. So AJ Styles is still your defending World Heavyweight Champion. So in a nutshell, that was TLC. It was a blow-off pay-per-view. It done what it needed to do. All the feuds came to an end, I felt, apart from the Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch one. I said I see that still going further. But all the other matches were blow-off for multiple months of work and promos and whatnot, and it was a decent solid pay-per-view. I really, really enjoyed it. I think SmackDown's gone out on 2016 on a high. It was a decent pay-per-view. Obviously we've got Roadblock in a couple of weeks, which is Raw's. I'll be honest, I'm not too fussed about that one, to be honest with you. I was more looking forward to TLC. It delivered. It was a solid B plus. You might have guessed it. I've given it another B plus rating show, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I'd like to know what you guys thought of the show. If you watched it, stick your comments below. Let me know what you thought of the show. I'll be honest with you, this year WWE has delivered quite well on pay-per-views this year. There's been weird bookings along the way this year, but they have been quite well on pay-per-views. The B shows for me have actually turned out better than the 4 big shows. But yeah, that was TLC. This is your boy FOOTI to the Big E. So first time to see my wrestling videos, click that subscribe button. I'll be back with more wrestling content soon. And I'm out of it, guys. I hope you enjoyed TLC, and I'll see you back with another wrestling video soon. Peace.